I retired from the Nigerian police in 2023, October 1st. Since then, nothing has been paid to me. Just 2 weeks back, they called me that they are going to pay me 3 million naira. What for? They say that is my pension. Lo and behold, the 3 million naira is not just all the whole pension. That 1 million naira is my arrears for the time, from the time I retired to date. Then 2 million naira is my entitlement. I cannot serve this country for good 35 years and being paid 2 million naira. The devil is a liar. Please, the IG, let the IG hear this. I was a superintendent of police before retirement. Even if your brother happens to be a police superintendent of police today and he is being asked to take 2 million naira home as a retirement benefit, ask yourself if it will be well. I am not collecting that money. I am not going to collect that money. Let my service be in vain. I don't give a shit. I don't have money. And 2 million naira will not solve or make me being a rich man. It will never. I'm not rich. And because of, I will not, no. Wasted all my years thinking that I'll take something home after retirement. All the police will do is to give me 2 million naira. What a shame. And I said, I serve my father's land. I serve my country wholeheartedly. Then my benefit will be 2 million naira. Please, I want the whole world to hear this. 2 million naira. A superintendent of police. I want the federal government to do something about this. If the federal government will not take action, on my own side, I'll fight my battle the way by myself.
Hello, great people. You just watched the sad but true video of a retired officer in the Nigerian police force. You see, that man's sorrow. The sorrow in the heart of that man is the reality of many Nigerian civil servants. People that have worked, that have served Nigeria, the sorrow in the heart of that man, that is the reality of majority of them, except for a category of people, which is the Nigerian politicians, because Nigerian politicians are well paid and some of them get life pensions even after they just serve 4 years in office. And the 4 years in office of some of them is all about looting, is all about impunity. Then after that, they will be getting life pension. That is the reality of Nigeria. You won't know how bad this thing this thing is. You won't know how it ought, except if you dedicate 35 years of your life to serve your country painstakingly, and at the end of the day, you are being given 2 million naira, a token of 2 million naira as entitlement, which is just a little bit above 1,000 dollars, or should we say a little bit below 1,000 pounds. If you are giving that, then the reality of your 35 years in service will hit you hard, especially if you serve your country diligently. And the man was also being offered an arrears of 1 million naira, making a cumulation of 3 million naira. So it is sad, it is very, very sorrowful, because if you look at it in Nigeria, police and military, they are trying their best under difficult circumstances, because the Nigerian police and military should be one of the best paid in the country, in the sense that they are doing a lot of work. To be a police officer in Nigeria is not easy. Government is not paying you well. The citizen will not like you. Most Nigerian citizens, they don't like the police officers, because they believe that some of them, they engage in brutality, and some of them are extortionists. But that doesn't mean that there are no good personnel in the Nigerian police force. So when we have a country whereby there is high rate of unemployment that will transmute into insecurity, when you have politicians that will fail to perform, when you have people that will promise change and then change the promise, when politicians promise you renewed hope, they serve you hopelessness, definitely all this will lead to hardship, and hardship will lead to the amplification of an informal economy, which will lead to insecurity. And in that kind of system, to be a police officer is a very difficult job. I've stayed in countries whereby their police station, you won't see any crowd there. Everywhere is just quiet. Some of the officers are just drinking tea every day. They have, almost no work to do, because government have filled in the gap for them. But in Nigeria, the Nigerian government is good at creating trouble. Successive Nigerian government, whether it is the military, whether it is the PDP, whether it is the APC, successive Nigerian government are good at creating problems. So I think that the police and the military working under such a difficult terrain should be well paid and should be pampered. But then the reverse is the case. Unfortunately, the reality of that man is what is happening in other agencies, except apart from the politicians, the judiciary as well. And Nigerian politicians, they are very wise. They review the salary of judges by about over 300%, because the fact speaks for itself. They know that their case will go to the judges, and they definitely they may be affected. But the reality that is eating this man right now is what is happening to Nigerian professors as well. And that is why when I get some invite from some of Nigerian professors that, oh, Deji, we like to have you to come and kind of like, take some courses and all that, sometimes, I'm forced not to kind of like accept it, except I can operate virtually, because I don't want a situation whereby I will lose my productivity or use the better years of my life, and at the end of the day I won't have anything to show for it. Some of the brilliant professors, if you go to Nigerian universities, some of erudite professors, some of them, they are living in abject penury. If you go to the health sector, name any sector in Nigeria except recently the judiciary and politicians, you will see that the reality of this man is what is eating everybody hard. And it is not easy to retire as a superintendent of police. In police, we have people that are called rank and file. Those are the entry level officers, the sergeant, the constable, sergeant. I think it's about 3 rank. I can't remember the third one now. Then you have officers, the inspector. Then you have the ASPs, which is 1 star and 2 star. Then when you get to 3 star, you will be a deputy superintendent of police, whereby then after that you'll be promoted to a superintendent of police, which is like the coat of arms. Then after being a superintendent of police, you will be a chief superintendent of police. Then afterward, you will now move into the commissioner cadre as an assistant commissioner of police, deputy commissioner of police, then commissioner of police. Then after that, you move to the inspector general cadre accordingly, assistant inspector general, deputy inspector general, and if God loves you so much, you can be the inspector general of police. So if you look at it well, the man retired as a superintendent of police, and if he spent 35 years in service as a superintendent of police, at least he has risen like through the ranks. He still have so many people, he still have like so many ranks to cross, but at least he has crossed some junior ranks as well. So to now offer such a man 2 million naira in the reality of Nigerian economy is something that is very sad, especially when governors get life pension. And I have an article here written by this day in 2024, and it reads, each year, I need you to listen to this carefully. Each year, therefore, Nigerian state spend over 130 billion, over 130 billion as pension to former governors and deputy governors, amounting to 46.4 trillion since 2010, amounting to 46.4 trillion since 2010. Yet, Nigerian civil servant pension are contributory, and their salaries are usually unpaid for months in many states. And you heard it from that retired superintendent of police. You heard it when he said that he has retired since about 2 years ago. So you see the reality of Nigerian state, when it hits you hard, then you will know that it is truly not easy, particularly when you consider the risk of the job. Politicians in Nigeria, they have been over pampered. Some of them, when they are elected, they are highly protected. They use the machinery and the security of the country to protect themselves. Some of them will perform abysmally. Some of them will even leave the state and country worse than how they met it. But at the end of the day, some of them will benefit life pension. Now consider the risk of being a police officer and the risk of being a military officer. Are these not the people that should be well pampered and well paid? And the implication of it, if you look at the body language of the man is highly frustrated. The implication of this is that insecurity and brutality would amplify when police take-home pay cannot take them home. And I just hope that this man, having served meritoriously in the Nigerian police force, will not turn around to be an enemy of the police and an enemy of the Nigerian state. I just hope that he would kind of like just take it as his loss and just try and move on, because apparently there's nothing he can do. It is even beyond the power of the Inspector General of Police. The IG cannot use his own money to pay him extra. So definitely, even the IG's hand is tied. Just that the IG can make moves with the Nigerian Senate and others to make sure that the salaries and entitlement and emolument of the police is reviewed. And I hope that will be done accordingly to reflect the true state of things in Nigeria. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your short blog, Dr. Omosoladeji. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.